we would like to dive deeper to really get to know the patterns of voting and possible outcomes for Gombak. We have with us political analyst, Professor Dr Wong Chin Huat. Thank you, Professor, for joining us. Now, all eyes would be on the fight between the mentor and the protege, Azmin, now under Bersatu, and Selangor MB Amiruddin. How do you think this dynamic will impact voters, especially PKR and PH voters who had won the seat for Azmin back in G15?
This comes back to the questions whether in Gombak, the national factor or the local or personal factor is more important. Azmin Ali has been the MP for 3 terms, and he now has support from PAS as well. You would assume that he can carry the 17,000 votes from PAS in the last election. But out of the 75,000 voted for PKR, how many of them would stay with him? How many of them would go to Amiruddin? But when you come to national factor, he would be disadvantaged because if voters are thinking about which coalition to form the next federal government, to lead the next federal government, the attention would be on PH and BN, not so much on PN. So he may not be able to get on that. Furthermore, Amiruddin is not only the Selangor Chief Minister, but he is also one of the adun under this parliamentary constituency.
I see. So this will be quite a tough seat with 5 candidates facing off each other. What about the other candidates besides Azmin and also Amiruddin, chances in wooing the voters, you think?
BN candidate Megat would have some chance to retain the UMNO base, but I don't think the other 2 can keep their deposits.
I see. Okay, so now talking about the seat here in Gombak, it's a mixed seat, but with a majority of Malay voters. There's 65% of Malay voters here if we look at the demographics in Gombak. What kind of issues do you think matter to these voters?
I think everywhere, regardless of your ethnicities and so on, people care a lot about economy, on how to improve their livelihood. And also we need to see, after the introductions of automatic voter registration and Undi 18, more than 50% of the voters here are below 40. So they would care about all those issues found in urban areas.
I see. So now the parties have already announced their manifestos with a slew of promises to win the voters over. How do you think this would impact voter support this time around?
Few voters would actually look at the manifesto and make comparison. However, if the parties use the manifesto to structure their campaign, to send a message through their ceramah and so on, then voters would pay attention on what specific things they can offer, whether it's a policy to overhaul the country economy or just some cash handout measure.